How's it going, everybody? I totally missed my train, so we're starting like what, like a half hour later? I think it's 7:30. Probably just after 7:30. Welcome. This is the Saturday night brunch, not brunch. Saturday night kit build. Of course, I'm Go Here, Go Home. And we are working on this monstrosity here. This is the ITLA Allstate kit. And you'll notice that since last week, or the last time you've seen this, it's had a bit of a growth spurt. It gained a couple of floors, which is cool because it's what I was talking about. But I'll take you through all this. I'll show you what I've been doing, what I've been working on. So, yeah, we'll get to that. But first, of course, I do want to say hi to everybody. I know a lot of people did show up at 7 o'clock despite my tardiness, of course. But yeah, I just want to say hi to everybody. So we've got M&M rails. Okay, why does that disappear? That's so weird. My chat disappears. Okay, I can see, like when I click on things, they show up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's just scroll up. Okay, so M&M rails, Deanne Ironwood, Steve, how's it going? And Scale Dystopia, welcome. Nelson and Todd, but I think Todd had to go. Brian Ferguson, hello. And we've got Split Rock. How's it going, Split Rock? Asking how Mark's new Santa Fe is holding up. Yeah, you guys were very committed and hanging out for a little bit there. I do apologize. You know how these trains sometimes are on time, sometimes they're not. Spence, how's it going, Spence? Scott, how's it going? Yes, we are live. Okay, so welcome everybody. If I missed anybody, which I'm sure I did, hello. So we usually show up here at 7 o'clock, usually when dinner's not running too long. And we work on kits. This one here I've been working on for a few weeks. I was going Train Todd. And this specific kit here, this is an ITLA wood kit. So I've been basically working on this section of it for several weeks. I think I'm at about 5 weeks now at this. Hey, Mike. Hey, Kraus. How's it going? And James. Did I mention James yet? I think I did. How's it going, James? So there are a couple of things. So one, it was just the main kit. If I remove this dock here, which I mean you couldn't really see anyways because my name was in the way. We'll just come back this way, but there we go. Okay. So this was a kit, right? This main body of it here. And it came with this dock, which I don't really need because I really wanted to update the overall look of this. I wanted it to look a bit more modern. So I reached out to Nick at ITLA. I said, do you have a bigger dock than what's on your website? Because I see that they have these in O scale and N scale, but they don't have any in HO scale. So he had to do up a custom one for me here. You can tell because it's a double, right? They don't normally have those, but I'm very thankful that Nick was able to do that. And the second level, well, technically the fourth and fifth level. So in that kit, and I'll just kind of show you here. So this is basically what you get. This is the fourth and fifth floor. You get your side walls, you get a back wall, you get a roof for it, and then you get all the pilasters and what's the other word? I can't remember. Pilasters and something. All the top parts and the cornice. The cornice. There we go. Wow. The cornice and the pilaster. So you got extra cornice and pilasters for those. There's not a lot of extra detail parts in this. It's mostly just like window stuff, and it allows you to make a much bigger building. However, you can get multiples of these and add it 2 floors at a time. So if you really want to, do this thing up, just do exactly what I did here, where I raised up the cornice just a little bit, and you can't even tell that that's not supposed to be all one building, right? That all looks like it's one building. So that's exactly what I did there. Now, along with that, it does come with the windows. I did put my little air conditioning units in those windows, the one over here and the one over here. I made my vent very long, and it goes right from the bottom all the way to the top, which we're going to take a look at here. And then it just curves onto the roof. This was from another kit. I'm pretty sure my first kit. I painted it all black today. I don't know if I want to just keep it as a almost like a silhouette. So when you're looking, you can tell if something's there, but there's no detail to it or anything like that. And then this is from Walthers. This is the billboard kit. Now with that, I can show you exactly how I did this. So I had 2 of these decals that I had. We had talked about this. So I have this one here, and then I had the pink one. I had to, when you put it in water and you slide it off, I put it onto a piece of styrene, just thin styrene. It was obviously a lot bigger of a piece, but yeah. So I cut it, and obviously I did do a bit of painting around the edges as well, just to make it look like it's a little bit worn. And I had painted some like brown as well on there. And these ladders here that I put, that I added those, they are actually wood ladders from an ITLA kit. I had some extras, so I added that on there as well. Now I ended up cutting about an inch off that because it was standing pretty tall. I didn't like how tall it was, so I did take, like I said, an inch off, which I just used a saw and cut it. From the underside, though, I had to drill a hole because this flat piece that's on top here, it's wood. So I drilled a hole, and then I had to use my hand screwdriver, because you don't want to use power tools on that. You'll crack the wood or break it. I also drilled up into this as well, so that when I screw the screw up into it, it would catch, because the threads were a little bit bigger, so it was able to catch on the inside of there. So that will actually stay. So that's it's very neat. But overall, it's looking pretty good. The only thing I still have to do really is the brickwork. So you can see I did all the brick down here, making it look like brick, because no 2 bricks are the same. I got halfway with the one color, and you can see the difference between, step 1, step 2, and step 3 here. And I wait till after the brick is done to add my little ledges. So I still have to add all the ledging as well. Now, I won't tell you what it is, but I already have kind of a name for this building. And Mark is actually doing up a decal. See how those 2 windows are covered over right there? I left those spots in. You won't be able to see that, but it'll just look like a solid brick wall. He's making a sign for me, and I'll add that after. So that'll be cool. But again, I have to finish all the outside stuff first before I can, do detailing like signage and whatnot. So that's what we're going to do here today. That's a nice little recap of everything, I think. Hope I didn't forget anything. Whoops. Why? It's terrible. Okay. I should just pull out the tripod because it'll be better. That's what I hate about these cords. I wish it was wireless. I get so spoiled with my other wireless cameras that when it comes to using something like this here, it's like, nope, I have to deal with that. Hey Perry, how's it going? Chris's corn cakes. Corn cakes? Yeah, I don't know. Also, I glued all this together except for the little wall mounts. I want to specifically choose where they all go. So that's... Okay, and this here, this whole roof section comes off. So if I have to pack it up or anything like that, I put my little grip stuff on there. And that was a very quick and easy job. Loading dock. Some of this still has to be weathered as well, right? Like most of it's painted, but it does have to be weathered. Now I'll show you the back, because the back is actually really interesting. So obviously you get this with the bottom, right? But then you get a smaller section here for the top part. And then every time you get floors, it's more of this. So you just... I glued this all as one giant thing here. I had to notch out some of this just to make it fit proper, but that's okay because it's really easy to cut. Yeah. Hey Glenn, how's it going? Did you see? Yeah, it's a decal. So the funny thing, and I can show you. So with this, because this is huge, right? If we compare the two, which by the way, these are the old, for anybody who's young enough to not know, the first generation iPod, which kind of look like that there. These are the old ads that they used to have when it first came out. And then, oh yeah, you get all these different colors and whatnot. And it was always like silhouettes of people with the bright colors, but you could still see like the headphones. Yeah, remember headphones where it was on a string and you had to plug it into your phone before everything was wireless? What a time. What a time. This one was really big like this one, but reversed. So what I had to do is I had to shave it off like very, very close, as you can see, very close to the hands without cutting off the hands. And then where it says iPod, that was way off in the corner. So I had to cut that, cut a section closer to the person, as in right here. But you can't even tell because it's, a little bit cleaner. So I had to put the iPod and the Apple up there just to shrink it down. This one, I'm giving this one to Todd. I believe he asked me for it. So good luck. If you put this whole thing on a wall, I mean, you need a pretty big wall to do that, but it'll look great once you do that. But yeah, so, and then basically once I got it onto the styrene, yeah, it's a little bit bigger. You can kind of tell, seeing as how that sticks up about a finger's height. But that's okay. And I don't need to put anything on the back here because this is going up against the wall. So, but I was very, very happy with how that turned out. And I've had those decals, I want to say, for at least 8 or 9 years. And I finally used them. I meant to spray this black today, but as you can imagine, it was one of those days where I was running late. So I'm just, I'm going to spray paint the whole thing black, maybe within the next couple of days or so, maybe on my next weekend or something. I don't know. I started kind of painting things in here black, but I don't even really care because, I mean, even if I put a light on in here, you don't see through the wood anyways. Like, the wood doesn't glow. It's usually pretty good, but because I had an extra one of these, this is actually the roof for the first level. I made it as bracing because remember when I was painting that one time and you guys said it looks like it's bowing a little bit. You're absolutely right. It was bowing a little bit, but this here actually, when I put it in there, it braced it very well, and it's all straight again. So that's good. The wood doesn't glow. What have I walked in on? Yeah, Todd, timing is everything on that. So yeah, all the window frames, I guess, they're all glued in. You'll notice here, what's odd with this is that I've got two plastic doors. I again wanted to update this kit from what it was to what it is now, and part of that was the doors. They had those old barn door sliding um, kind of doors on there, and I wanted the roll up. So I went into my bits box, and this is why it's always important to have a bits box. And I found a couple of doors. They're way bigger than the hole itself, but that's okay because all you need to see is this much, right? So I put some decal on it, and I had weathered them and put some rust on there, painted them green mostly. But yeah, that's where we kind of landed with that. Oh, and look, now it sits flat, right? It definitely didn't before. And it's mostly because of that one support piece that I put in there. Let me just get the tripod. It'll probably be a little bit easier. I don't even know where I put it. Where did I put it? Give me 2 seconds, sorry. Oh, here it is. Honestly, I'd forget my head if it wasn't screwed on properly, but that's me in a nutshell. Well, the decal, decal, it's either decal or don't cal. I don't know. I was kind of hoping that they would, Glenn, because just the idea of modernizing it, and all I did was change the door, so that's kind of neat. Okay, wow, much better. Shall we make this taller now? I am so sorry. Decal. It kind of feels like a tomato situation, but I could be wrong. Oh, okay, nice bird's eye view. Okay. Maybe eventually I'll get a rig for my desk where my cameras are a little bit more permanent. Head stapled to chin. Wu-Tang Flare. Decal. Yeah. I was thinking about doing a different kind of live show where I just butcher the English language, but I think I don't think it would do well, personally. Yeah, I was talking to Steve about this earlier too, because it's like when you have a building like this, and you plan on putting this much work into it, sometimes it can be what's the word? Stifling, where you do experience a type of burnout from even just doing a kit or spending too much time on one thing. So yeah, it's a very real thing. But here's the thing, right? Like, I have 50 things going on at one time right now. If I really wanted to, and I do mean really, I could change what I'm doing and not do this. But here's the thing. Now, the projects that I do have, not necessarily on the go, but things that I know I'm going to be doing, well, I'm waiting on some decals from Mark, that wasn't a hurry up message. That was I'm excited and I have a project that I'd like to do at some point here, but no rush. Like I said, no rush. Anyways, but yeah, I've got a couple of things on the go, and that includes, doing some decals, renumbering or renaming some cars. And there is another building I want to get, and I want to do a massive build. Maybe even my biggest build to date. I don't even know. I know it'll be big. I don't know how big, but I can tell you it involves the Walthers, I'm pretty sure Cornerstone, Ashmore Hotel. Now, if you are familiar with the Ashmore Hotel, in the instructions, and if you can go to Walthers right now and you can look it up. They have a PDF. You can look at the instruction booklet for the kit. There's a part in the instructions there that say, if you buy 2 of these kits, you can build a bigger hotel. And then there's another section that says, well, hold on a second. If you buy 3 of these kits, you can make an even bigger hotel. Now, there's 2 different versions of that. There's one where you're making the footprint, so the initial outside of it, larger. But you can also make it taller. And I imagine that when you do that, when you get multiple kits, I mean, you don't necessarily have to get 3. You can get like 5 or 6 and then just keep adding to it, right? To make it a ultra large, more realistic looking hotel. So for this said project that I'm hoping to do, I hope I can almost build it around the one section of my layout that is it's the passenger station. So like the station goes into the hotel, or the trains go through the hotel. I want to build the hotel over and around that section because I was going to build a hotel there anyways. So now I just got to make it bigger. Now, is that a job for like the fall? I don't know, maybe. I don't know when. I checked our guy, the Otter. They don't have any, but they're very good at ordering things in. And besides that, I mean, custom model trains, they do those big buildings, and you buy it by the floor, kind of like this here. You buy it by the floor, and you just stack it, which is cool, right? But there's like for what I want to do, you're looking at about $60 per kit if I get them from the Otter. So I imagine it to be about 200 to 250 for 3 kits. And that's not too bad. Because when I look at it, I think this was about 175 for this. And then for the extra floors and the custom loading dock, that came out to about 130 shipped. So, $200 to $300 kit. And it's really well detailed. But the Walthers one, I'm just, it's such a large footprint. So I'm thinking, yeah, as far as size goes, it's going to be really big. But that's okay, because that's exactly what I need. Brad says, can we take a moment to appreciate Otter Valley? They rock. We definitely can. Otter Valley, OVRtrains.com. So far, some of the best pricing I've seen out there. We do mention them here on the channel quite often. And that's where I got my Blue Devil from. That was the last purchase I made. But I'll probably be getting some more stuff soon at some point. I do need to order in some boxcars, so... I absolutely agree with you. Otter Valley is absolutely fantastic. I have a stack of Otter stickers, not Otter Valley stickers, just Otters, just a stack of Otter stickers. I was gonna add them to my sticker board, but then I'm like, it doesn't make sense because like I have like, look, there's an Otter Valley one, there's an Otter Valley one. And there's a huge one on there on that side. But yeah, I'm just like, no, I'll just keep it more like non-Otter, but Otter Valley is okay, kind of Otter. So you ought to sell them. Bit of butts. I hit a bow with my bow, an arrow from the bow of my boat, and then I took a bow or bow. Yeah, bow. Or you hit the bow with your bow. That could get confusing. I'll be happy once this is done. But I'm suffering a little bit. It's not a huge deal. This was what I had planned. I had planned this right from the start. I'm like, well, I want to get a full brick building so that when I do the little bricks, I can go totally insane by doing every single little brick. That's how it ends for me, folks. Let's see what happens. There's I saw somebody had mentioned a train station. I do have to get a train station, and I'm probably gonna get the one from Custom Model Trains. That's another, $200 or $300 right there. But that one I might wait for the fall, just because of where it's gonna go on my layout. I still have to finish everything behind it. So like where this building goes, I haven't even started ballasting that area yet. And I assume that when it comes to ballast and doing all that, because I'm doing a yard, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to save up a bunch of the ballast that I'm going to need. And I'm going to mix it all because I like to make my own colors. So I mix like, a couple of different sizes, a couple of different like shades or whatnot. And I'm going to probably mix it in like one of those, those buckets. Mix it into a bucket. That way I can have a larger amount. And then it'll be a lot easier to not run out, I guess, so quickly. And then have to mix it again, and the consistency will be way off, and yeah, it'll be brutal. Rail Artist, how's it going? And Nelson, what's going on? Nelson is doing the exact same thing. That's not too bad. You're joining in on the suffering. That's awesome. We can suffer together. It's not too bad if you can shut off your brain. Whew. Yeah, right. The hamster fall off the wheel? I don't know, man. Because sometimes can't even get to sleep at night. I'm working on overtime right now. The worst is when you work all day, right? Then you go to sleep at night, and then your dream is you working, or are you dealing with work? And you're like, oh, they already took the last 8 hours of my life. Now they want to take up sleeping time too? That's nuts. I do not envy that. The one thing that I was really worried about is doing, I did all this first, and then I come back and do all this. But because when I use certain glues, it was kind of showing here and a little bit on here on the cornice. So I covered most of this with spray or with tape, and then I sprayed down. So I ended up, blending it a little bit better with the spray once I did that. So that kind of worked out a little bit. But yeah, it's always, I'm at that point right now where I'm like, oh, it looks so bad, but like I've always said to you guys, right? Like there's going to be that point where you're like, I don't like it. So, but you have to keep going no matter what, because eventually you're going to be like, oh, yeah, that looks good. But it takes time. It always takes time. Mark, don't buy locomotives from my local store. What do you buy? Hey, Anthony, how's it going? You close your eyes and you see bricks. No! Probably. Shut. There's only 2 times that I would deal with bricks, and this is one, and the other is if I got like a Lego set or something. I don't know. I Yeah, it's funny because it's like I used to get Lego sets for my kids all the time. I mean, it's for my kids, but I'd be like, "Yo, you're gonna need help with that. That looks like it's tough." And you know, then they got to the age where they're like, I don't need your help with this. This is, and I'm like, oh, darn. Well, there goes my fun. Oh, well. And yeah, I'm just using a toothpick for this. So if that tells you how small these bricks are. And I'm trying to get it on the actual brick. Like there are grooves. So every one of these bricks are raised. It's just a matter of paying that extra attention to just those individual bricks. What you talking about? That looks great. And you did the brick right by accident because on a real building they do look the same way. Well, it's one of those things where, if you travel downtown, and I do mean that as a general downtown, anywhere downtown, it could be your city, my city, some other person's city. There's always brick buildings, and there's going to be one, at least one, that looks like this with the red brick, the brown brick, and then yeah. But it's the only reason why I still like going downtown to go to work, like when I have to go into the office. And I'll show you. I think because I've got a building that's this color, and I need to fix it up. I took this outside my window when I was in the office, and you can kind of see it's obviously like a yellow brick, but there's so many other colors in there, right? So go nuts with stuff like this. You can really make it look amazing if you take your time and you have patience and whatnot. Yeah. Uh, hey David. I love your Ontario Northland button. This one here, it's a magnet actually, but yeah, it's neat. Funny story about that. These signs here. So I was at Springfield, not this past year, but a year ago, and I got these. Do you see? No, you can't. Well, you can kind of see the CN one there. See that CN circle? I've got like 3 or 4 of those. And the person who sells those, they have a whole bunch of stuff, right? Like so there's there is buttons, there's magnets, those wooden signs. There was I think I have yeah, it's like a rectangle. It's like I don't know how tall it is. It's like 12 to 14 inches tall, and it's just the front of a CN locomotive. But yeah, they sell all of those. And I think I grabbed like, let's see, I grabbed 3 or 4 for me. I believe I grabbed one for Mark. And I think I might have grabbed one for Bubs as well. I don't remember. If I didn't, I'm terrible. Um, but yeah, and then I was like, "Oh, do you have any Ontario Northland ones?" He's like, "No, but you can have this." And then he handed me this because I bought a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, "Yes." Because he has a whatchamacallit, an eBay site, and he had the Ontario Northland sign, which looked exactly like that, but a big circular sign. He had that on there, and then when I tried to buy it, it was all like, no, 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 you're in Canada, we can't send to you. And I'm like, oh, why? So I figured while I'm down there, in Springfield, grab some of those signs because I know that they wouldn't be able to. But he didn't have any of the Ontario Northland with him. But I'm like, well, I can't not get these Via Rail ones and this big CN one. And oh yeah, also there's a sign that says Dad's Trains. It's hanging up right now. You can't see it, but I like those. The ones that say this way to the trains, or Papa's trains, or Grandpa's trains. And I'm not a grandpa, but I got a Dad's Trains sign. So that's cool. I like it. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. That's right. I'm pretty sure that's what I named. I named the stream "Another Brick in the Wall," just because I knew I was going to be doing this nonsense. And I do apologize. At least I'm talking, right? Like if I wasn't talking and you were just staring at me doing this, you'd be like, "Wow, what's going on with this guy?" This could be quite painful, but it's going well. Very cool. We had a great day. That's really great to hear. Had a great day at Maple Syrup Festival. Maple Syrup Festival. That sounds like fun. I think things are going to start ramping up soon for this barbecue in the fall that I'm throwing. And because I plan on starting that and just talking more about that in May. Because I figure a lot of people who are coming from out of town will obviously need to get hotels. I think Floyd's already booked a hotel in Smiths Falls there. He's very excited. You can tell because I think he booked it in March. So, and I know James is staying down for a couple of days as well, I think for the weekend, which is awesome. And knowing Mike, he'll probably stay too. A friend of mine makes maple syrup, and I got the 40, the Crown Royal bottles. Wait, there's a thing in the way here. Gotta read that. And I got 3 of the 40 size Crown Royal bottles. Oh, dang. Filled with maple syrup? That's awesome. We don't get to have pancakes all that often, but I do enjoy maple syrup on bacon. It's like, should be a rule or something. You have bacon, grab the maple syrup. What day should we book the first night of hotel? Friday night or Thursday night? Is there going to be anyone hanging out Friday during the day or only Saturday, Sunday? That's a good question. Like we always do the barbecue in the yard on the Sunday, but I know a lot of people are planning on going home that day. So what we could do is we could do it on the Saturday I mean, for me, I'm good either way because I'm off all week. But yeah, like that way, you can stay a little bit longer, you know, hang out, have conversation. These are all part and parcel of the things that I need to kind of mow over, mullet over. And 100%, okay, so this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Uh and obviously, like, on the Friday, if anybody wants to, come see the layout. I mean, I don't have much of a layout to look at, but, you know, we can always kind of plan for that as well. Because from Smiths Falls, it takes about 45 minutes to get to my house. Um, and that's even like, because I've got a heavy foot, right? So 45 to an hour for, if you like to obey the speed limit, which you should. But if you have a heavy foot like me, then yeah. I also think that's why I'm trying to get a lot done. I'm not rushing, but I'm trying to get my, what together and buckle down and make some improvements and whatnot, just in case anybody does want to come by and have the trains going or whatever. I know you guys will want to probably go to Larkspur as well. Larkspur is 20 minutes from Smiths Falls, 20 to 30. Again, heavy foot versus, you know, because it's all back road. So you can fly along there. And I'd come out to Larkspur to hang out with you guys and whatnot as well. I know you'll all be out there. We'll go see Cam and say what's up. And if anybody wants to go to the museum, which is in Smiths Falls there, I know that some of you might have been already, but for those of you who have not been to the museum, get your kit together. Yeah, I guess. Get your kit together. Get it all together. Just put it in one bag. Get your kit together. But yeah, the if you're also looking for something neat to do, the um, the museum, they have a bunch of cabooses, and you can rent them out like a hotel room, but it's a caboose. And as somebody who's slept in a caboose before, I can tell you, nothing beats sleeping in a caboose. Well, nothing really beats sleeping in your own bed, but when you're, away from home, anyways, nothing beats sleeping in a caboose. Especially if it's a Point St. Charles, you know. Hey, Ronald, how's it going? Mark, in real life is no fun. My online persona is way more fun. Mark, online persona? You mean the dog guy? But you're the dog guy in real life, too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm almost done one section. I'm a shy guy. Well, I don't know about that. Don't be so hard on yourself. We tolerate you. You know who's fun? Todd. Todd's fun. Todd tells the best stories. Also, I think like obviously as always, I never ask anybody to bring anything. So that's completely optional except for Mark. Mark has to bring the cookies. It's in the contract. So, yeah, that's the only thing. But I think Floyd said that he was going to bring something. I don't remember what it was. It's in an email. And I said, you're more than welcome to. I would probably check with like, allergies and whatnot just to make sure we're all good, you know, just in case, right? Don't need to be calling an ambulance to the rail yard. So if you're going to have it on a Saturday, I can go straight from work, be there about 2 a.m. Oh yeah, he's not even joking. Oh yeah, no, he's even like, so if he wasn't working, he would have been there at 4 a.m. He's very dedicated to the craft. So, yeah. But he always looks like he's about to fall asleep. So, there's that too. Right, Barry? You're gonna get too comfortable in your lawn chair. Till those trains start coming through there, then you're like, oh, geez. Grab the camera, grab the tripod. I'm allergic to toads. Well, okay, we'll just make sure you don't lick any toads, all right? I know, I know. I don't want to be that guy to ruin your weekend. But I catch the early trains though. Yeah, like, well, there's usually an ethanol train, and that goes through there pretty early, or at least that's the what they always say, right? Like, he normally catches the ethanol train, so it's just all tankers. Sad thing is that I think a lot of the LRC cars are being decommissioned, so you're seeing even less, the LRC cars now, which is kind of sad. Note to self: do not wear tight jeans. last year I got burnt so bad. My neck was like, wait, not last year, 2 years ago. Sorry. I always forget that, skip a year. Um, yeah, 2 years ago, the last time we had a big one and everyone came out. Um, the back of my neck and shoulder was so burnt. It was like, yeah, I couldn't move my neck without it hurting, or move my head without my neck hurting, I should say. It was terrible. I was a tomato. Yeah, there was a bunch that were recently, and it's like it's so sad because it's like I personally like the LRC cars. And they seem to be a lot more fun than the Charger sets. Nothing against the Charger sets, but when you order like 20 sets and only one of them looks different, it's kind of boring. Not gonna lie. Sorry, Via. But unless they plan on wrapping some of those Charger sets like they did with the LRC cars, it's like, what are you doing? You know, where's the fun? Where's the magic, right? They used to wrap all the F40s and they wrapped a bunch of cars for, Canada's 150 and Via's 40. We'll see what happens when Via turns 50 next year. Yeah, in 2027. I believe they turned 50 because Go turned 60. That's why there's so much Go product being announced. Or do I have it backwards? No, I'm pretty sure I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. And this is coming from me because I'm never right. Hey, Trackside Mike, how's it going? See, there's a good reason to grow a mullet. I don't see what the reason is. I don't know. I feel like if I grew a mullet, I'd have to take up professional wrestling, and yeah, I don't know. I'm too passive aggressive for that, man. Yeah, and Hotrack is 30 this year. That's great. I also saw that. Via is only 50. Yeah, he used to take the horse and wagon everywhere. You know what's funny? It's funny. It's funny to me. It's not funny to maybe people who grew up in the generation, but like this whole thing where, kids that would push tires down the street with a stick. Like, what is even that? Like, I can't, like, are you that bored? Like, I know there was no electronics or whatever, but like, holy moly. Like, whose tire is that anyways? Where are you going with that tire on a stick? Don't tell me you don't know what I'm talking about either, because everybody's seen it. Lots of storms. We actually used the barbecue for the first time this year, tonight. So there's that. It was not terrible today, not amazing. I mean, I'm still able to go out and get some painting done in the garage when I'm working on kits and whatnot. So not terrible, right? Like if it's too cold, you can't do that. And this Wednesday, we as a family are going to Toronto to go see the Blue Jays. Hopefully they win. No comment on the Senators being out already. Kind of disappointed in that, but definitely saw that coming from a mile away. Via is weird that it has two anniversaries, 1976 and 1978. Yeah, the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I think that's like everybody's favorite. F40, anyways. What's a pinching technique? Doing a pinching technique on the static grass. That's one thing I want to try. The whole thing where you put like white glue on a flat baking sheet, and then you use the static grass. And then once it dries, you scrape it up, and then you can place it. I've seen that, and it looks really cool. It's like you create tufts or whatever you call it. But I don't know what this pinching technique is. Oh, perfect, Ronald. You found the paint okay? This stuff? This is what if we were closer, I would have just sent my kid over and he could have done it for you. He does mine, so free labor. No. But like, they like to help out, so I don't mind putting them to work doing the things that will give them character, I guess. Builds character. Throw the link, I'll show. Oh, okay, yeah. Mike would like to show you the pinching technique. So how do I add Mike to the stream? Here we go, and Command V. Bam. There you go, Mike. Oh yeah, the Sens are toast. Yeah, they were toast before they. But yeah, kind of disappointing. I can't win as a Toronto fan. I can't win as a Senators fan. It's just I gotta move. Oh well. See what happens when Mike pops up here. Mike, I did put the thingy in the chat there for you if you did want to join. Yeah, I guess Habs would have to be. I mean, I enjoyed the New York Rangers, but back in the day, kind of New York Rangers. They were one of my favorite teams. But that was back when the Penguins were killing it every year. Okay. Hey, Mike.
How's it going? Can you hear me?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Welcome. So this pinching.
Yeah, pinching. So I don't know. I got the camera probably too close.
No, you're good. It's nice.
So I just mixed the static grass 2, 4, and 7, I think, or 6.
2, 4.
In a
so
bucket.
you do a mix of different. What about colors? Do you know what?
Yep, same, different colors.
Oh, okay.
And then, whoops. I don't know if you can see over there.
Yes.
That's what I call pinching. Yeah, tufts. I call it pinching because you grab it. You grab your static grass like this, a pump, grab it in your fingers, roll it, and then stand it right in your glute.
Okay, okay.
So just do it in layers.
Okay, see what I was referring to. So like I know they sell baking sheets at like the dollar store, like the flat metal pan things.
Yeah.
So what they do is they you turn it over so you got the flat side and you do a little plop of white glue and then you can do like multiple, like so you're then you attach your um the little clip, the little metal clip. I don't know what they call it, the ground. Is it a ground?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you attach that to the metal tray to conduct the whatever, and then the static. And then when you go over the glue with the thing, it creates all these little individual tufts, and then you just have to wait for them to dry, and then you can just scrape them up because it's a non-stick pan or whatever.
Okay.
So very similar. I think mine is more of a long, like it takes longer to do. Yours is very quick.
Yeah, I just place it in. I put the glue down, and then I just kind of poke it with my finger. I don't know, you can see that over there or not?
Oh, here. Let me zoom in again.
And then when it dries, I go back over it with the pantyhose and the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, yeah.
And get all the loose stuff right so you don't waste it.
Yeah.
Doesn't take long. It's just you got to do it. I just keep adding to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those afternoon or evening, I guess, in this sense, evening project. What CP logo is that?
That is the Elko.
Oh, or the Bowser?
Yeah, Bowser Elko 30.
Eco,
yeah, about what, 2 years ago now?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, those were really nice.
Yeah.
I think James has one too, right?
I think he does. I'd be surprised if he didn't.
I've been itching to take a look at those ones that Bub sent me. The new Prairie Shadow ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for some reason he has all his train mail redirected to me now. So.
Well, I can't wait until he gets back because I'd like to get some of those hopper cars, the 100-year Legion hopper cars.
Yeah.
I don't want to get the box set. I think they were what, $1,200 or something.
Yeah, because I think that most of those are about $75 a piece, 60 to 70, something like that. So yeah, it adds up.
Yeah, it does add up for sure.
I turn my back and trackside Mike appears.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was down here and I've been down here since Monday night show, and Stormy asked me to come on to talk about the meet and greet we have going on in Marion and Industrial, Ohio in June.
Oh yeah.
So I said, yeah, I can do that tonight. Didn't realizing I was gonna have to work today.
Oh geez.
And I gotta work tomorrow.
We got you working overtime.
Yeah, train money. Or bill money, I guess. Bill money. Don't say that out too loud. Train money.
Train money, yeah.
Just in case the missus is watching.
I don't think she ever watches my shows.
Oh, she watches. She tells me.
Oh, she does? Well, then tell her thank you.
Yeah.
even though I'm sure it's not really that fascinating. But
That didn't take much. Like I said, I'll let that dry for overnight. Come back tomorrow with the vacuum. Vacuum up the loose pieces.
yeah, it looks good. I like the water too. The water looks really good.
Thanks. I enjoy doing the scenery stuff. I like all of it actually, but definitely the scenery stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely like laying track and whatnot. That's okay, but I think this is where the creative side really comes out,
Yeah,
and you really set the tone for the layout at that point. So yeah, it's lots of fun. I mean, that and building kits too, right? Like I really love building the kits and setting them up around the layout too.
I gotta get started on ITLA kit.
Yeah,
One of these days.
add it to the list. That's all you can do.
Yeah. Like I'm not even clubbing tomorrow unless I get out of work early or something.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Can't work all every day. I mean, you could, but
Well, you can.
all
We're
work
only
and
allowed
no
to work
play, right?
Yeah. We're only allowed to work so many days straight though.
That Go Via set that Rapido is doing is outrageous. Classic. I mean, they're doing a Via set and a Go set, so it's not really a Go Via set. It's just, I mean, the marketing's there. If Rapido, call me. But yeah, it's two different sets. I'm looking forward to those LRC locomotives. I was like talking about that just before they had announced it, and I'm like, I need an LRC loco. So it's one that I don't have.
Yeah, I still got to ship that one up to that guy that wants that locomotive. He's been so busy.
Was it hard to let that one go or what?
No, because Bub's got me or found that for me, and then I bought it. And I'm not sure. Like Brandon finds a lot of cool things,
Yeah,
and
he's good like that.
yeah, like it just sits on my display shelf anyways. So I was like, yeah, okay. If this guy wants it that bad, I'm like, okay. I don't use it. It just sits there.
Yeah,
Why not? Why not? Right?
this is true. Denny says that he'll never financially recover from the LRCs.
Oh, we've only been bugging him for how many years to roll them out?
Well, at least the good thing is that the ghost, so the N scale ghost stuff should be here soon. And by the time he recovers from the ghost stuff, because there's F-59s and bi-levels and whatnot, once he gets all that, he should be able to recover in time for the N scale via stuff.
Right?
We might have a bit of a harder time if those stainless steel cars show up this year. And
Ooh.
I don't. Are you getting any of the F40s? The Love the Ways or anything like that?
Oh, probably.
Yeah. So they should be here around the same time as the stainless, which that's
I'm
I
still
mean,
waiting for the 1501 test train that was supposed to be out at Christmas.
oh yeah,
The test car, the inspection
yeah.
car. Hopefully, it doesn't come all out at the same time because it usually hurts.
I'm not sure when that'll be in.
It was supposed to be out last Christmas. I don't know what's happening. Probably, I would say within the next month or two.
Hopefully.
Right? I'm guessing.
What I thought was odd today was that the whole Super Train is on this weekend, and there really wasn't any big announcements or anything. I didn't hear or see anything. Like they took pictures and posted, like, oh, our booth is set up or whatever and whatnot, but I didn't see any big announcements.
Oh, really?
Unless they're saving them for tomorrow, but why? Why not have it, showcased all weekend long at that point?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. You usually hear something already.
Oh well. Marked safe.
Yeah, we're safe that way, I guess.
Although I think PWRS is doing a gondola of some sort. I saw like a picture on their backdrop thing there, and it looked like a gondola, but nothing too crazy.
So the kit's coming along pretty good.
She's getting there.
That's the second kit, right?
Yeah. Well, technically my third, if we count the one from like a year
Oh,
and a
yeah.
bit ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one here just added the third and fourth floor this week, and just been chipping away at it because it's a lot of work.
Nice.
It is a nice kit though. I really do like it. But do I like it more than that massive one that you still have to do?
Yeah.
That's
It comes
tough
with
call.
like a big booklet.
Yeah. That has a lot of detail parts to it.
I can imagine.
Actually, it was kind of funny because like when I look at this one and the detailed parts that this one comes with compared to that one, I'm like, well, what about this? Why doesn't this kit have this, or why does it not have this?
Yeah.
Like there's no rain gutters on this thing, and there's no downspouts. I'm not sure why,
That's
but
kind of weird.
yeah, I'm like, why? You know, why is there no downspouts? We're all the Calgary Model Railroad YouTubers, right? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, unless none of them did a live, they filmed whatever, and obviously it takes like a day or two for them to edit and upload. But yeah, nobody went live today that I had seen. There was one video from Friday, so yesterday, where it was a high shot of the arena and they were doing setup. But again, like that's not much to look at. I want to see like what booths are there and what they're selling and what the manufacturers are doing. Anthony says that you can do that little tree thing there, or the grass thing on wax paper as well, which is very true.
Yes.
Any non-stick surface. I just imagine doing it on a baking sheet would be easiest because it's weighted as well, so it's not going to like, blow away or move easily. But yeah. I see everyone from Toronto area, but never any from Western Canada. Yeah, I don't think they've got YouTube out there. I don't know. They're behind the times, I guess.
One, yeah.
There was a one gentleman, but he quit. I can't even remember his.
Oh, BA Rails?
Oh, yeah, BA Rails, yeah.
Yeah. He's got an awesome layout. And, like, I get it. Needed to take a break. Got family, young kids.
Yeah.
But really enjoyed watching this stuff.
And it's the one thing with this. It's not hard to burn out, from all the videos and all the lives and.
It definitely does happen. You definitely can get burnt out.
Some of those older industrial buildings have the rain downspouts built into the roof. And it goes through the building. Oh, neat. Okay. So I guess that makes sense then why you wouldn't see it on the outside. On the outside. I learn something new every day. So how far to your left there does everything go as far as scenery? Before
Basically where I am now.
Oh, okay. So you can't go any farther than that, eh?
Well, I can go into the corner.
Okay.
I got all that to do yet.
Yeah.
And then behind me is obviously the base for the helix that we got to start on sometime in the nice weather. I got to get James some plywood.
That'll be fun. I'm so happy that you're going to get that done and go up another level, right?
Yeah. And then go around the room instead of back and forth.
That'll be good.
Till I knock the other wall out, but that's not for quite a few years yet.
Yeah. Yeah, you got lots you can do before then.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any train shows out your way that are happening anytime soon?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I just had Woodstock last weekend, and I worked.
Okay, yeah.
I think Kitchener Waterloo train show is coming up soon. I'm not sure exact when. Other than that, I'm sure there'll be another Woodstock on top again. But yeah, not a whole lot.
I guess our next big stop will probably be Springfield again, eh?
Springfield in January. Timonium. I'd like to go to Timonium, but that's in October, and I don't think I'll see the light of day of October or November.
Isn't October normally when you have your shutdowns or whatever it's called?
Yeah. So the big shutdown this year starts. When does that start? September. Goes to. I've heard 30 days. I've heard. Usually it's 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing days, but not nights, but that's okay.
Denny says, this is a treat. Look at how good both the building and the scenery looks. Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Denny.
And sometimes I'll just come down here and stare at it. So I get ideas pop up or how I want to change it. I just keep adding layers.
Yeah, the layers are important.
Yeah. If you're not happy, just keep going.
So do you have a time of year that your layout is based off of? Obviously, it's not, December on your layout, but
Yeah, no
are you going
Christmas.
off?
I don't really have to be honest with you, I guess it'd probably be like spring, summer, fallish, but I don't really have any too much fall colors. That makes sense.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like just before the leaves turn, right? So
Yeah.
I mean that could be like late September, super early October.
There's some spots where I did on the rocks, like just keep adding layers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good.
Weathered the track or the ballast. Have you seen that live?
Yep.
And, yeah, just keep going over it until you're happy with it. I don't think your layout's ever done, to be honest with you. There's always something.
No, there's always like, and even like for like a lot of people, they'll get to a certain point and then they'll say, okay, well, I want to redo this and this because I learned these new techniques that that they want to try now. So they'll take up a section just to redo it to make it look even better, right?
Right.
Or refresh. I'd love to get to a position where I'm living at a place long enough where I can actually get to a general I'm happy with my layout kind of thing, where everything is not wood or pink foam.
Right.
That would
Yeah,
be
if I
nice.
look at pink foam long enough or just paint, it starts to it's like, okay, I gotta do something.
Yeah. Well, I started doing that with some of the yard there. Like I painted it brown, and then even with the section behind me, I added some turf just to see some greenery. It's not static grass, but I can always go over it with static grass.
Shake her up, mix her up.
PKW, how's it going?
Bob, how you doing?
Just a quick drive-by, show my support for the daring live demonstration in process. Yeah, this one, I mean, like, this section here was like, I think 175, and then it's another 75 for the top section, but I got a custom loading dock as well here. So it's gonna look really good right on the front there. I still have to work. Gonna do the base for this thing. I've got the track down. You guys saw me do the track for this, but I have to build up the land for that. I hope to finish this at some point.
All takes time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you find that if you're doing a model or you're doing a portion of your layout or scenery, and you want to get it done and you start rushing, that's when I think you start making mistakes and then you're not happy with it. You got to redo it.
Yeah, like generally I've always had patience for this stuff.
Yeah.
So, I do take my time where I need to, and then for other parts where I can kind of rip through it, I don't mind. Um, but I'll even take some time to go and do some touch-ups here and there if I find that it's really noticeable. Sometimes I'll go back and I'll check some of the lives after they've processed,
Yep.
just to see like if I was working on some scenery, I like to see it like how in person it looks, and then I also like to see how it looks on camera, right? You can hide stuff and you can make it look okay, but if it's so blatantly obvious that it looks bad, then it's like, oh, if I can see it, then other people can see it. So then I'll redo it at that point, but generally, yeah, you take my time. It's just very painful because given the circumstances here, right? Like these bricks are tiny.
Yeah. And what are you using to do the bricks? Because you're putting like, okay,
Toothpick. Yeah.
toothpick has one, and that's what you're using.
Yeah, this is to me it's one of my important tools. I could do this with a paintbrush, but
Not only for
problem
cleaning your teeth, but
what?
working on your layout.
Just don't chew on the painted end, that's all.
Yeah.
Like I do have some fine um, paintbrushes, but because they're so soft, I'd worry that it would do the area of the brick as opposed to just the brick. This allows me to have a bit more control and just draw like these little lines where the brick is, where it's raised up. But again, from far away, you can't even tell. It just there's a different look to it.
Right.
But when I come into about here, you can kind of see. But yeah. It's one of those things where you don't know it's there, but I know it's there. And if I know that it's done wrong or whatever, then it'll bother me. Won't bother you, it'll bother me.
That's what happens.
Yeah. And it's funny because this thing actually it goes together really well. And in the sense that I it was shipped on Monday. I received it Tuesday. So kudos right away that it was shipped in a day from like southern Ontario to Ottawa. But within a couple of days this whole thing everything was painted like primed. Uh And then obviously by the end of the week, 'cause now it's Saturday, it's almost so tomorrow will be a week or whatever, and it's already basically together and everything's primed. I'm just doing the detail work now, so it went together really quick.
Nice.
Yeah, like if I had more time during the week, I would have probably had at least this one color done, maybe two colors done. But
Now, what do
that's
you use to prime it?
so
There you
for
go.
this here, I used, well, it's an oxidized red. So it worked really well. I just sprayed the whole thing where the bottom, like I'll have to tape it off, and then I do depending on if I want an aged concrete look or a newer concrete look. I've got a couple of colors that I use for that that can be used as a primer as well. It's a primer and paint.
Nice. You don't even have to sand it; just prime it.
Yeah, I'll file the little bits for a tighter fit or for a cleaner fit,
Yep.
but you don't have to sand the face of it. And again, the cool thing is that it'll absorb the paint really well. And then I just use acrylics all on the detail parts and whatnot.
Like this part is kind of time consuming, but it doesn't take long. You just
It's a big area.
yeah head down and go at it.
Well, it's a good thing it's at the very front of the layout. There, it would be a lot worse if you had to lean over like several tracks just to do that.
Yes. And then I just use my finger to kind of just tap it down and spread it out.
And I assume you're sitting down because your layout's low enough that you can, right?
Yeah. My layout height, like this first level, I think my bench works 32, 36, maybe at the most.
Yeah, it sounds very similar to mine, where you're sitting in like a standardized chair, right?
Yeah.
And it's like regular table height.
Yeah. I'm just using like a mechanic stool sitting on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's not bad. Do you prefer looking down at the layout, like bird's eye view, or do you like it where it's like, nose level, chin level, kind of where you're looking straight at it, or
But when
maybe
I'm
even
doing
chest
it,
height?
yeah, when I'm doing this work and I'm sitting down in the stool, I'm looking
Yeah,
over top of it. But after I'll get off the stool and basically bend over and I can look at it and get a better perspective.
yeah. Because
But
even with the club that you go to, right, you've got a couple of different levels there, different heights where you're looking at the train like straight away, or you're looking down at it.
uh-huh.
So I didn't know if you had a preference.
Same when I do the weathering on the ties and stuff. Like basically, I'm looking down at it,
Yeah,
but I'm getting a perspective of all the ties, and then I'll stand up and look down and see what it looks like after too.
yeah.
Because I might have to touch up a spot here and there.
I kind of miss my layout being a little bit higher. But I also enjoy being able to sit down at it and watch the trains go. So
Yeah,
because it's like when you're forced to stand, it's kind of a pain. But
makes sense. But you hear the cat upstairs pawing on the door.
I can't hear that.
Okay.
I don't think your mic is picking it up.
Somebody ate all our treats and I didn't pick them up after work.
So the cat's mad now?
Cat is mad and wants a temptation treat. Thanks to the one boy that got the cat hooked on those treats.
Oh, jeez. Whose channel are we on Mondays? Is it James this week?
It should be James's channel this week,
Oh, okay.
as far as I know.
Yeah, I knew you guys were talking about it the other day, but you guys have been doing your Monday night thing for a long time now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were going what I believe you told me 3 years. I still blame Mark. Do a couple videos. You should go live.
Yeah, I find even like right now, there's not a lot of people that are uploading stuff.
Well, I agree, and I think that's where you get kind of burnout.
Yeah,
Working on your layout, doing lives.
but is everybody burning out at the same time?
I
What's
don't
going
know.
on there? 'Cause I feel like
Or
I subscribe to the same amount of channels that I always have, unless there's a couple of new ones, probably.
yeah,
But yeah, it just seems like there's not a lot of content being shared.
well, you don't want it to become like a job either, right? And I think that's what takes the fun out of it.
That's true. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, some guys treat it like it's a job or a business or whatever, but it's kind of, to each their own, right?
Yeah, I just do it as for fun, and I know at one point, watching all the videos and then doing videos and editing and stuff. It's like this is like a second job. I'm not having fun. So I was like,
Oh,
okay, I got to take a break.
I'm gonna put a channel name in the chat. Go check out this channel here. He has a really good layout. And MILW Fun 75. Go check out his channel. Definitely good. It's a good watch. I'm pretty sure he's HO scale. Looks like it's HO scale anyways.
Nice. That's what I thought I'd come up and show you, and I got carried away, and I just kept on going.
Yeah, you kind of get lost in it, right? Like, yeah, it looks really good.
But yeah, somebody's texting me upstairs.
Uh-oh.
I didn't realize what time it was.
You gonna put like a guardrail along there, or
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like a guardrail, and still throwing the idea of a bridge. I might build one out of styrene sheets.
yeah?
I know Anthony said Walfers has a bridge kit.
Oh, they've got a bunch of stuff. I think they have a kit where it's a bridge for a train, but then beside it is a bridge for cars, and it's
Yeah,
like one complete set. That might be the one he's talking about.
I believe so. And yeah, just sometimes, like I say, I try to use Bob's idea. You do an hour a day or something on your layout, you make some pretty good progress. But I haven't had that in the last while. Get home and it's like, okay, I just want to relax.
Well, yeah, that's why a lot of people were saying that I was progressing really quickly on my last layout. But I think it's because when you work from home, you have the option to take 15 minutes to just turn around and, chip away at something, or, add a piece of track, add a bit of scenery, and then you're just let it dries and whatnot while you're working away, right?
Yeah,
So that's why it went really quick. But this one here, I'm just kind of pacing myself on because, yeah, I don't know how permanent this layout is, but I do want to do certain sections of it and take that with me if I move again.
yeah. And I think that's the other aspect, right? Do I keep going, or do I you tear it down, start over?
Well, I really like my yard, so I'd want to take that with me specifically. That in my paper mill area. I know I'd have to make it work somehow where if, with my luck, the space that I move into, it doesn't fit. So, yeah, that would be my luck. But it's only so much you can do.
No, that's right.
I figure I'd just call Harrison and see if he needs a yard. His whole layout's basically modular anyways.
Now is Harrison coming to the meet and greet again, or the not the meet and greet? I guess we
The
call it
barbecue?
the barbecue. Yeah,
I don't know. Because I haven't officially said anything about it, I haven't really reached out to him in regards to it yet.
right.
But typically, like, I mean, he came to the last one there, so I don't see why not. I mean, he's always down in that area anyways, because he goes to Larkspur quite often, so.
Right. I was there the last time I was down. Got some bridges.
How many did you end up getting?
6.
Oof. So did you bought them all out, eh?
Close.
Oh, they still have some?
Yeah, he still got some, but not too many. So I said, Cam, if you ever get another noodle in, let me know.
Yeah.
I got one noodle, but looking for a second one.
The green one, right?
Yeah.
Or turquoise, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, they're nice bridges.
Yeah, I really like it. Mine was nice until I dropped it, but.
Oof. Yeah, they are. They do break easy. Like if you got the wire handrails, I've had to glue them a couple times.
Yeah, I
But
always forget that like when you're dealing with models, whether it's a
yeah,
building like this or it's a model car or train, they're all very touchy. You can't, mess with it too much or it'll break, and they all break easy.
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, even the scenery stuff as well, and it's nuts. So if you're like a bull in a china shop, then it's like probably not the best idea to be handling stuff.
No,
But
well, that's it.
yeah,
Take on.
it looks
It's
good.
coming slowly but surely.
Are you gonna do some sort of like rock or dirt as well along the side of the road, just transition
Yeah,
wise?
transition. Yeah,
Hmm.
but dirt.
Yeah, I like that. And did you airbrush your tracks or did you keep it off the
I
ground?
use a rattle can. I
You
use a
what?
rattle can.
A
I
rattle
use a
can.
rattle can.
Ah, okay. The camel
Yeah,
brown.
camo brown or a rust color. Then I'll take a piece of wood and because I don't let it dry 100%, right? And then I
Yeah.
run the piece of wood over the rails or a rag with some mineral spirits, clean the tracks right off. Good to go. You want to do all that before you start ballasting and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I don't have my rail cleaner here. I have a thing I showed Brian when we were down at Otter Valley what I like to use on my rails, but it buffs them up real nice and it really cleans the junk off of it, especially like as when I painted the rails, a little bit of paint gets on the top of the rail, and obviously that's where the connection is.
Yeah,
But I run this brick thing right along there, and it like cleans it so well.
nice.
Yeah, and I think it's like $8, and I don't go through it like I go through the pads.
Yeah,
Still have to get some of those. What are they, Mr. Clean, right? Or what are they called?
yeah. The Mr. Clean Pats.
Yeah, still have to get some of those.
Yeah, they work great.
Oh my gosh, I'm almost done.
But it's coming. It's coming along good. Looks good.
Thanks. And that's only
Well,
one color. I still have to do two more colors.
oh dear.
Yeah.
It all takes time for sure.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'll still be at this next Saturday, but we'll see what happens. Depends on what kind of week I have.
Right. Well, I appreciate you letting me come on, showing you that.
No worries, no worries. I'm probably just gonna hang out until I'm done to here.
Yeah.
That way at least done the face and that's it. But yeah, anytime. You're welcome anytime to hang out and show us your techniques.
Thanks. I'm gonna jump off and go spend half an hour before I go to bed with
Nice.
the missus, and then back to work tomorrow.
Sounds good.
We'll see you Monday night on James's show.
That's right. 7:00, right?
7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Don't ask me the other ones. I can't tell you because I can't remember.
7:00 Pacific or specific time. Because it's specifically at 7.
Yeah, because that could be. What would that time be? Us 9 o'clock Eastern,
Oh, yeah, I have no idea.
something like that.
I was just trying to be funny, but
Yeah, no, I was chuckling.
oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's what made me think. Okay, what time is that in our time? That would be, I'm guessing 9.
Might be.
Newfoundland is 5:30. Yeah, because you guys, Newfoundland is. Thought they were ahead of us.
They would be, yeah. I
I
think
mean,
by at least an hour.
yeah, I think by an hour.
Might be. I'm not too. James would know for sure.
James says sometimes Monday.
Sometimes Monday.
Yeah, sometime Monday. That's when he's live.
Nelson says 5:30 in Newfoundland.
Is that a better look? Yeah, you can see it there.
But wait, did you say it's a mix of 7, 5, and 3?
No, it's 2, 6, and 7.
2, 6, and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you see how it clumps up there or whatever, and I just pat it down so it's into the glue.
Yeah. You ever go over that with like a comb and just give it a little bleach?
Well, I'll go over it with a pair of pantyhose.
Yeah.
Put that on the vacuum
Okay.
and bring up any loose pieces. And then if I have to redo it, which hopefully you don't, usually it's pretty good. But if there's a couple pieces where like, hey, I gotta add something, I'll try and get the glue in there. If not, I'll use like a tacky spray.
Tacky spray. Okay. Yeah.
Almost like
Like
hairspray or whatever.
hairspray. Yeah.
And then go over it again and yeah.
It reminded me of when we were doing our super trees.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I still got 2 boxes of those.
Oh shoot! Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Never got any the last time we were at the show. I wish you would have grabbed that case box, but
Yeah,
they go fast.
they do. They're very hard to come by, and you never see them here. So it's like
No,
when you get a chance, you got to take it.
100%. Well, you have a good night. I'm gonna watch the show from behind the scenes and pack my lunch for tomorrow.
Sounds good. You have yourself a good night.
You too. Take care. We'll see you on the next one. Keep it on the tracks.
I was waiting for him to say that. We're getting closer to finishing this. And by finishing it, I mean just the one color. So I think this is probably going to take me a little bit because it's been like 2 hours and I'm not even done half of this thing yet. We'll get there though. Admittedly, I stop and watch Mike every so often there during the live here, so it's like I slowed down a little bit. Not like it's an issue, but I really enjoy the doing the grass stuff there and static grass and whatnot. I still have to get the because I've got the Static King and it gives you the option for battery or for like a power cable. I've been using the battery, but I want to get the power cable for it because I think that having more power and the consistency of having full power at all times while doing it is probably a lot better than using a battery that's slowly dying. So it's it'll probably be an investment at some point. It's only like $20, I think. It's not a huge deal. We'll see. But I've been planning out this hotel building, and I really, really want to do that. I don't know how many kits it's actually going to take for me to build that, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to order 3 to start, and I'll be able to get somewhat of a base of the hotel, and then it'll give me a better idea of how many kits I need to go up from there. Yeah, Mike agrees with the static king there. Power cable. I assume that's what he has if he feels that positively about it. Ooh, I have to work at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Gross. Yeah, we want to see some greenery on your layout soon there, James. Layout looks like it's running really well, but want to see some greenery. You've got your bridge section, and that's a really good looking section there of the layout, your lift out thing. I know everything takes time, right? It's Rome wasn't built in a day. Ravenhawk, how's it going? And because you're just checking in, yes, that's right. I am painting individual bricks with a toothpick. The toothpick brick paint job. So I'm using a raw umber, which is basically like a chocolate brown, I guess. And what I do is I start with the dark colors, and then I work my way to the lighter or brighter colors. If you have zero patience, I don't recommend this. Will you then do an all-over weathering to the entire structure? Yep. So there's a couple of things I do as far as tying the colors together, right? Because the orange that I use, these are the other 2 colors. So after the brown, I use a burnt sienna which is a little bit brighter. And then I do a light spotting of terracotta, which is almost like an orange. So together, those 3 colors, which I've kind of used, I want to say consistently as far as brick goes, with a red brick, with the, what color did I say it was? Oxidized red. So when I prime it with an oxidized red and then I come back with these 3 colors and do individual bricks, I really like the way that looks. So that's what I normally recommend as far as a red brick structure. But there's other colors that you can go with for, depending on the base color brick. Like my other one that I'm going to do, which is one of my Merchant Row kits. I have to finish a couple of those for my layout. because I had started them like back in the day on the old layout, but now I'm going to use them on this one. So I want to finish them a little bit and make them look a little bit better. So they're up to somewhat of a par with these wood kits. Maybe add a bit more detail to them. But yeah, the one kit that I have, it has yellow bricks, so I want to kind of do something similar to this, but with the yellow, kind of like with that picture that I showed you earlier, where there's some gray brick in there and some different shades of yellow as well. But yeah, after I do these three, I use my wash, which is India ink and alcohol. I do the wash on top of that. I've already done down here. I'm going to do it again so that the whole thing gets washed. But it really brings the colors together and it gives it just like a nicer look. So there's that. I mean, I can go over it with a brown wash and a burnt sienna wash as well if I want to do it a little bit differently, but again, I don't want to spend my entire life on this one kit. And then I'm going to come back once I have like a lot of the detail stuff done. And you know how you can buy, you know, the drywall compound? You can buy the stuff that's pre-mixed. So just, you know, out of the bucket onto the wall. Or you can get the powder stuff. And basically with the powder, you mix it with water and then you can make your own consistency. So you can make it a little bit thicker, a little bit, you know, more runny. I just take the powder and I go like this on top in areas, and it really fills in between the bricks, but it also almost whites out an area to make it kind of look like that. It gives it that look of you know, the brick with the white on it. It's hard to explain. In my mind, I can see it, but it's hard to explain. I'll just have to show you. That's all. I did it with one of my other kits that has a little bit of brick. Once I finish my last report tomorrow, I'll be able to get back to making trees again for my layout. Got to keep going for my open house in July. It's part of the NMRA National in Chattanooga. Right on. Yeah, trees. Doing the trees, it's a lot of work. Mike and I were just talking about super trees. We've done lives where we're just, you know, spraying trees and putting on the flock and whatnot, or whatever's called super leaf. It's really fun to do. Much like this, you got to have patience for it, and you know, you do a bunch of trees in an afternoon. You know, the hairspray though does really get to me. So have to take breaks every so often with that. Yeah, it kind of shows a mortar a little bit more. There's also this other stuff that you can get. It's called mortar mix or something like that. It's for models, and you put it on, and then you're supposed to. I think you take a damp cloth and wipe off the access amounts, and it leaves the grooves filled with the mortar mix stuff. All right, James, you have yourself a great night. Thanks for watching. Dropping out for the evening. All right. Thanks for watching, Scott. Come back this way a little bit so you can catch. Yes, I have to keep adjusting this just so that I'm able to see the bricks a little bit better. I should probably just get glasses, but that sounds like a lot of work. Again, if you've never built an ITLA kit, I highly recommend it. I can't say enough nice things about these kits, and for those who have built one as well, besides myself, also tend to feel the same way. I don't think I've ever met somebody that didn't like an ITLA kit. And I know that I was really nervous about doing these kits, when I first started doing them. And most people feel the same. Obviously, it's an expensive kit. It's, you don't want to mess up or anything. But honestly, the reason why it looks so good is because it already, looks good. It looks realistic and whatnot. I could probably still mess up pretty bad. Let's hope not. But I think that just the kit itself, because it looks as good as it does, it just makes me feel like I'm better than what I am skill level. You feel pro when you're doing these things, even though I'm definitely not pro. The Craftsman kits are nice too. I've done, well, one, but very similar. These seem to be a bit more durable in a sense, though, because there's a bit of a thicker wood to it. But the amount of details and whatnot that go into these is pretty crazy. So right after me, BN Ironwood will be going live. And I'm not sure what he's working on tonight. I'm pretty sure he might have told me, but I don't remember in this moment. I know he was working on the Allscapes version of ITLA, or the ITLA Allscapes, but yeah, I don't know if he's done that or not. I know he's adding a lot of detail to those, including interiors and whatnot, so go check him out. Okay, almost done. I know I just also have this section here to do, but there's not going to be a lot on there, so it's mostly just this one section here that I'm going to have to turn this kit around because it's all up against the cornice, or the pilaster? Yeah, is it all up against the pilaster? So I gotta spin the kit so I can, joys of being right-handed, I guess. Now I did think about doing some graffiti at the bottom, but I don't think I'm there yet as far as, wanting to add stuff like that to this building in particular. If I did have an alleyway and whatnot, like the backside of a downtown kind of area, I'd be more inclined to do it. Okay, that looks good. So I'm just gonna finish this part here. Should take no time at all. The next thing I'm going to have to do is work on the base. And most of that I can't really, I mean, I can do some of it on camera, some of it I can't. Just for the simple fact that I have to cut masonite to go around the tracks. Almost like a cookie cutter kind of thing. And I never do that live. But I'll definitely paint it and whatnot on the live so that you can see how I do that. There's a couple other detail parts, scenery type things that, like, I have a whole box of, whenever you buy like a Walther's kit, you know, you get all these roof vents and all this stuff. So I've got a whole box of stuff like that. And I'm going to go through it, see what I can kind of use. I know the roof is very narrow for this, but any piping that I can add, I definitely will. See what I can do. There, okay. Okay, one color down. Now, I don't know if it matters too much if I do the bricks on the side. It probably won't bother me all that much. So I probably won't. And I'm okay with that. Just going to do a bit of a wash over this. Just so that it blends a little bit better with this. Now I'll do this a bit of a wash whenever I do a new color on here. Might be overkill, but I just want it to blend well. Keeping in mind the plastic's not in the windows yet, so I'm not too worried about getting it on there. And as you can see, it dries pretty quick too. Like, it's still a little damp, but because of its rubbing alcohol, it dries rather quickly. Gonna have to refill that soon, but I think that that's good for now. So just to kind of give you one more look, I know that the back isn't on it there, but just kind of put that back like that. And I know there's just the step. I usually attach that right to the base. Same thing with the dock, but I'll put that on there. There you go. Oh, and there was this here as well, and the piping, but again, doesn't matter too much. All right, well, I think that's good for tonight. We've got the one coating done. I'm gonna have to come back with a lighter color. See when I can do that. Maybe tomorrow or something. I'll pick a section. If I do one section each night, then that should take me to next week, next live show or whatever. But yeah, so we'll call it there. Go see BN Ironwood. He's up next. I'm Go Veer, Go Home. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll also be back next Thursday on Mark's channel, M&M Rails. He's covering Third Rail Thursday. And I don't know what he has in store, but I'm sure it'll be good. You guys have yourselves a great night. I've got a train to catch, so I'm out of here. You have a great night.